Anyway, ciao nice people! Welcome on this new stream of Katawa Shoujo. The last time we got some intense interactions, like the I can't show on stream kind of interactions. I'm sure I'm pretty clear about it. So, last time the game started to take the not safe road, but may be me because I never played any sort of game with 18 plus scenes, but weirdly they seem fitting into the story. I wasn't expecting the story to take this turn, but seems to make some sort of sense in the story where they're heading. Okay, it was very sudden actually, but I don't know how teens act like actually. So sorry, mosquito. Still, it may only be because usually all visual novels I play are strive to be very safe. That may be the reason. Also, I'm forgetting something. Yeah, I am. The avatars. Okay, perfect. Now we are walking and talking and rocking. Okay. So what happened last time? Last time, well, again, we got into some interactions with Amy. Like 2 times. And now Amy can't really study since we are tempting her, or should be it's probably the opposite since she's the bold one. So she wants some distance from us because she can't really study with us for, yeah, those reasons. But that's what the protagonist is getting worried about. That at the end... I don't know if that's it, but... Yeah, okay, he was worried that they are not really emotionally close. Only physically. Which, in my opinion, is not a sign of a healthy relationship, but... Sure, they are, like, engaged for like 5 days, so... It's not a big problem at the start, I would say. Okay. And also, they're investigating again about the thief of books in the library, which we know who he is. Okay. I need to check if everything is fine, because it's a week I don't stream this game and... it's probably fine here. I will probably double check later. I leave the room after finishing my final exam and breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, yeah, so we did a time skip right after the exams because Amy didn't want to see me up until she completed the exams. So it was a chance also to study for myself. It was a pretty quick time skip though. As I'd hoped, the exams weren't so bad. I managed to breeze through just about everything but the English final. And even that was acceptable. I wonder how Amy did. Even more so, how she's doing. She looked terrible at lunch today. I mean, she was pretty happy to be out of her wheelchair, but she was so exhausted. Wait, okay, she started again to walk on the prosthetic legs then. Something is been wearing her down, and I'm starting to really doubt that it was just exams. Should I confront her about this though? My music is interrupted by a tap on the shoulder. Okay, I remember the music now is lost in thought. Hey, Isao! Got a minute? Ooh, we got a choice! We got a choice. So, this is kinda... If I was in this situation, I would say yes, of course. Knowing that probably... No, knowing if this has an outcome, I will probably choose the second one. But that's why I'm indecisive. I'm not sure about which one to take, because if I can spare a few minutes, yes, I talk with him, I prepare my... Usually we talk about my future, I suppose, the club of science and everything like that. So, it's probably positive for my future. If I say the second one, probably means he needs to go check on Amy right away. So, maybe this difference in a bunch of minutes could make the difference. Because I'm pretty sure this route is going to forward the choosing your next career path after the school. So probably this choice will have a lot of impact on the ending. That's my impression though. Because this is very drastic. It's not like insist more or not insist, or play defensively or not. It's do something or don't. Well, I'm pretty sure the right choice is the second one, since you go to Amy right away, but... It's only a minute though, it's not a problem, I would say, so yes, I can spare a few minutes. Even if it's after exams, I will lose Amy, but... It's not urgent, I can talk to her later, so... Yeah, I can spare a few minutes. I got some time, nowhere important to be or anything like that. Mutu raises an eyebrow, as if questioning my statement, then beckons me back into the classroom. It's only 1 minute, really? It's not a minute. I wanted to get some feedback from you, if I could. I know that its course wasn't quite up to your level. Don't worry, the science club activities more than made up for it. Did they? In fact, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Do you think that was a worthwhile activity? Just for my own reference. Oh yeah, that was a great way to go further than we did in class. It was definitely worthwhile. Mutu seems delighted. That's great, exactly the sort of thing I was hoping for. You know, Isao, I'm glad you came here. It's always good to have students who really get into the subject you teach. In a way, it makes dealing with the rest of students more tolerable. You're a bright kid too, you took to this stuff... you took to this stuff, okay, it's probably an idiom to mean you adapted. You took to this stuff like a duck to water, or some other such smile. Thanks? You were a great help, especially with the college stuff. There's one more thing, Hisao. A bit of advice from one scientist to another. What's that? What does a scientist do? Observe the world around him. Exactly. Good. A simple question, but one that most people can't seem to answer. That's the essence of a scientist, Isao. We observe what's there and try to figure it out. But what if there's something you can't figure it out? What's a scientist to do if he can't observe something? How, for example, can we talk about quarks when nobody has ever actually seen one? Or black holes when observing them directly is impossible? Well, scientific equipment is pretty advanced. Muto irritably waves away my response. No, that's not it all. Those are tools. I'm trying to give you a philosophy. Think! If you can't observe something there... Oh, wait, I need to make the meme. Think! If you can't observe something directly, then how can you observe it? Not the best interpretation of the meme, but that's it. And hello Zoro, how is it going? We just started, but we already made a choice. We could have stayed to talk with Muto for a bunch of minutes or go away. Where we probably could have went to Emi since we completed the exams. but it's only 2 minutes, so I don't think it makes a difference. Also, he's telling us something that maybe will change the protagonist's way of seeing things. I don't know. Then we guess? How? How would you guess the movement of a quark? What is your guess based on? Ah, of course. I should have thought of it earlier. The thing it affects. Moto claps his hands together excitedly and whoops. Wait. What's whooping? I only heard it from whooping your ass. Let's see. Whooping. To whoop. Give or make a whoop. Yeah, but what's a whoop? To... Wait. A whoop is a... okay, a sound of excitement. Okay. Whooping it when you go whoop. That's a whoop. I never knew that's how you write that. Whoop. Ooh. Okay, so that's a sound of... Oh, yes, exactly. Good. Okay, thanks. Talking about black holes, well, we just touched the subject. How we can only observe them by detecting X-ray pulses from matter that gets sucked inside of them. I don't even know how they managed to do that. Oh, why not saving it? Oh, okay, here. Remember, that is how. If you can't examine something directly, it's because you are looking at it wrong. That's a pretty interesting suggestion. You have to look at it differently if you want to uncover the truth. Wait, is this an Artesio reference? And if it eludes you, then look at what it leaves behind. That is the essence of being a scientist. We never stop looking for the answer, never take anything for granted. Observe, experiment, and observe some more. There is a lot of stuff out there that makes no sense, Isao. Your job is to get it to make sense. If nothing else, I hope you've learned that here. I think I can remember that. Moto smiles, satisfied. Now go enjoy your time off. You've earned it. Van Gogh jump scare? I leave the room feeling a little confused. What brought that on? Although, am I going about this thing with Amy the wrong way? So it was important! I was thinking I was doing the wrong choice by choosing to stay with the professor for some time. But instead, maybe it's the right thing to do. I wonder what happened if we did the other choice. If she won't tell me, then can I go about it some other way? Which other way? The question keeps spinning in my head even after I made my way back to my room. What if she gets angry about it? Besides, what if it's nothing? If I go and refuse to leave until she tells me what's wrong or something, won't that come off as clingy? No, that's caring about a person. Okay, maybe could seem to violate some privacy, but... I don't know. I feel like though counts as caring about someone. After all, she's your girlfriend. I don't want to start a fight or anything over something like this. Well, if every fight ends you up on her bed while pinned by her down, I don't think it's a problem. Maybe I should just drop the matter and see how she's tomorrow before I do anything. Would it be so bad to just let it go? Let it go! Let it go! I don't know how it goes. It's not like we don't enjoy each other's company, but odd as it sounds, I really want to help her. I don't even know what with or if there's anything at all she needs help for. But I want to. Oh, suddenly a knock at my door rouses me. That an agitated knock. Well, could be Amy. Or Kenji. It's Kenji, never mind. Yami would go a little less fast. She goes fast as well. I open it to see Kenji. Oh, it's you. I like how every time the Kenji music starts, the Kenji theme. It's me? That's it? If you had any idea what I've been through, what I've done, you'd be happier to see me, dude. I mean, that was some epic you may never see me again shit. And here you're just acting like I went down to the store for some milk. You're a cold man, Isao. I didn't expect that. Thanks, I guess. It's smart to play it safe, you know. Don't show any emotion. Keep your cards close to your chest. Unless it's time to show your cards or you have bad cards. Then you should fold or collect your winnings. You're getting too much into the metaphor, you know. Do you understand? Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I take it the mission went well? Wow, awfully nosy of you, isn't it? You can't just go saying things like that. Things are at a delicate stage. One wrong move and BAM! The invasion succeeds. I thought you were going to blow the conspiracy wide open. It's bigger than I thought. I need to update my charts. And probably change some of the puppets around. Puppets? You wanna help? I got some whiskey from somewhere. You can fill me in on everything your investigation has turned up. Better not. I'm supposed to meet her today. Gotta go do that. Can't try suspicion. Kenji nods in approval. Still keeping it close to the chest, huh? Okay, man. I respect that. Good luck. Thanks? I'm just going to pretend, for the sake of my own sanity, that he's wishing me luck in talking to Amy. And if I squint, that whole card analogy he was talking about works here. Wait, to squint. To squint. Look at someone or something with one or both eyes pretty close in attempt to see him more clearly. Okay, squinting, so... Yeah, the expression you make when you are suspicious. Okay, let me save it. Okay. So if I squint though, maybe okay. So squint may be a way here to say if I'm not precise with terminologies, the whole card analogy he was talking about works here. Probably something like that. Time to lay it all on the table. Or see if I can't get Amy to do so. Rather. With a sense of something approaching purpose, I head for Amy's room. One moment, okay. I hop up to the stairs leading to her room and knock on their door. Who is there? That's odd, their voice sounds a little choked. Hey, it's me. Thought I'd stop by. Hisao? Come on in. I reach down to open the door, only to find that it's locked. More and more curious. Your door is locked. Oh, yeah, sorry, give me a minute. Here she is. In a few minutes, Amy... Few minutes? What she was doing? Amy opens the door grinning. Sorry, I'd put my legs on. I was napping. Despite her grin, there's something definitely off. Sorry, for a moment I got a Sayori moment vibe. Which could be the case, because she realized she can't really push herself too much with the prosthetic legs. But all she wants to do is run, so... If she loses her only purpose in life, she will probably get depressed. I don't know, maybe. Emmy's eyes are slightly red and looks like she's been crying. Hey, no problem. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that you look like you've been crying. Oh, pretty direct, Isao, huh? Oh, yeah, Isao, you're off to a great start on this one. What? No, I'm fine. I'm just happy to see you. No, she's trying to hide it by kissing. What a trick. She punctuates this with a long kiss that continues as the door slams shut behind us. I know what she wants to do now. And I'm so painfully aware of how badly I want to do it too, but... I break the kiss with a branch of self-control that nearly kills me. Hey, wait! Emmy's eyes crinkle in confusion. Wait for what? We need to talk. Interesting, usually it's the woman that says we need to talk. That's a surprising twist. Yeah, that's... Emmy anticipated me. Isn't that supposed to be my line? Oh. Ah! I lost the mosquito again. No, maybe I got it. Let's hope so. And never a good thing to say? She's got a point. It's usually the lead-in to a breakup. Breakup? Well, they were together for like 5 days. Or a prelude to a fight. Maybe it can be a good thing this time. That's the hope anyway. Oh, hi, Father. Her eyes look green. Maybe they didn't want to do the sprite with... Well, that's not actually the eye, that's the pupil, right? The eye is the white thing, which is still not red. Your next line is... She's reading my mind through the game, help. Let's take notes for my next game then. Can we at least get onto the bed? It's my first day back on those things and I'm still readjusting. Plus the nurse said I should try to be on them less often, since running puts such a strain on them. Can't argue with that. It's a trap! It's a trap! We both know it, and we both don't care. Then again, it's awfully hard to get angry while in bed with the object of your affection. So maybe there's that motivation too. I set Emmy's legs. Sorry, I like how it sounds. I set Emmy's legs by the bedside and sit down next to her, throwing an arm around her shoulders. In silence, we just enjoy being able to be in this position again for a few minutes. Oh, for Fado, briefly, we are after the exams, and we really need to talk with Emmy because she's acting weird. And the professor gave us a suggestion, Artisio like, to watch things from a different perspective. Which was an optional choice, though, to talk with the professor. Then, of course, I need to ruin it by opening my mouth. Look, I know that you've been having kind of a rough time of it lately, and I want to help you. I thought it was just exams getting to you, but now I come to your room and you've been crying, and that kills me. But I can't do anything if you won't talk to me about it. I told you I'm fine! No, you aren't. It's obvious something is eating at you. You can tell me, you know. There's the slightest increase in tension in Emmy's voice. Why is my saying I'm fine not good enough? You're concerned, I get that. That's cool. But I'm fine, and it's nothing that you need to worry about. Not sleeping and spacing out more than a ring doesn't strike me as being fine. I just want to help. Yeah, I don't like seeing you like this. I want you to be happy, you know? I get the feeling that came out wrong because Emmy fixes me with an icy stare. Still cute. So you want to fix me, he's out? Wait, that's not what I meant. Also, how do I fix a disabled girl? I need some scotch, some glue. Though I will take a screenshot, sure. Oh, here. Nice. I can fix her! Bob the Builder. I should call someone expert in fixing some legs, right? Bob will do, probably. She's definitely getting angry now. Wanna swoop in on your white charger and save the day? White charger. I hope it's not a white charger. Is it a sex joke? Or just a way to say, put the charger like a phone and she will get full energy again? Charger horse. I still don't get it. On your white on your white horse. Okay. So she's comparing him to a prince. You wanna come like a prince to try to save the day? Stop the nightmares, the phantom limb pains? Restore what's lost? Her voice catches in her throat, and the tears start to flow. Well, you can't. Nobody can. Nobody will. I'm so stunned by her sudden verbal assault that I remain quiet. Neither of us say anything for a while. I'm surprised that Amy tightens her grip on me rather than pushing me away. After a deep breath, she starts talking again. Look, I'm sorry. Just there's those nightmares about the accident. The accident. I should have known. About her dad. Or the legs, or both. It took her legs, after all, but it never comes up, of course. And I usually deal with them fine because I can run. Running clears my head like nothing else. I don't have to worry about anything while I'm running. I just concentrate on breathing, on the rhythm of things. It's easier that way. Life is easier that way. Just keep moving forward, you know? Nothing else matters. Just getting around the next curve. And then it's the next curve, and the next, and the next, until I can't go anymore. Or think anymore. Or do anything but slow down and walk until I catch my breath again. Wait. That's maybe why she's not thinking about what to do after school. Because she only thinks about now, what to do now. To avoid thinking. She just... She wants to avoid the entire thinking process. To avoid thinking about the past accident. That's probably why she never thought about, or she doesn't want to think about her future. She only wants to not think now. After something like that, nothing else matters. But I've been stuck in that goddamn wheelchair for too long, so no outlet. Today it just kinda boiled over a little. You could have talked to me about it, you know. You didn't have to go it alone. Amy smiles sadly, like she's trying to explain to a child that all fire burns. Yeah, I did. And I do. But why? Why do you have to keep going through this alone? Why can't you just trust me enough to let me help you? That smile again. Amy leans in and kisses me on the cheek. An almost motherly gesture. Are we gonna start calling her mommy? Please don't. Please no. She leaves her mouth close to my ear as she confesses this one thing to me. Because, Hisao, I've already had everything I knew ripped away from me once. I don't know what I'd do if it happened again. Please, I mean, no. She pauses, as if uncertain as to whether or not she should continue. I can feel a violent churning in my gut. She continues. So I can't rely on you, or the nurse, or anyone else. Just me. Just Amy. That's how it's got to be. Having delivered this short speech, she looks down and covers her mouth with the back of her hand. Like this. The conversation is clearly over. I search for something to say, but can't think of anything. Maybe I should go for now. No! You need to... I don't know. I don't know what to do, but... Something. Anything. Give me a choice. Give me a choice, at least. Maybe I should go for now. I've got... stuff. Amy doesn't even look up. She sounds tired or relieved. I can't tell which. Okay, so... go take care of that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. At least tell her something like we'll always be there for you, or the same cheesy stuff, or anything. I get off the bed and head out for the door, pausing at the doorway. Hey, Amy. Yeah? A thousand things I want to say. I'm too mixed up to say any of them, though. After admitting that she'd never let me close, I feel like my words just been ripped out from me. What happened in that accident? I know she lost her legs, but that never seemed to bother her. That's my theory from the start. She also lost her father. What happened to her? What scares a girl so badly that she won't accept help, even from someone she loves? I don't know. But I want to know. I want to know so badly that being denied that answer feels like a knife in my guts. Well, just, I don't know, ask her mother. Is that you were saying? I'm still standing on the doorway. The issues. Never solved once, I suppose. And we are getting mommy issues instead. Nothing. Never mind. Are you acting like a tsundere now? What's your problem? What do you want to say me? To tell me? Nothing, baka. Okay. Not really the baka, but you understand. And I'm closing the door and walking down the hallway, down the stairs, out the door, into the dark. Somehow I wander back to my own room. My brains are doing a mile a minute, going nowhere fast. How do you go nowhere fast? I can't figure out how to deal with this. I thought that moving forward was a good thing. Dwelling less on a past that I can't change, living in the present and looking at the future. After this thing with Amy, I'm not sure anymore. She was saying the truth. It's simpler to look at the next curve, ignoring the path gone by. No worry about the opponent left behind. No care for the spectators on the sidelines. And unfortunately, no time to watch out for lagging teammates either. As always, blame the lag. I throw myself down the bed, looking at one corner of my ceiling as if the answer I want were written here. Well, like Kao said, the protagonist was looking at the ceiling, trying to interpret the shape of any drawing on the ceiling. Not really the same thing. No such luck, of course. You tried. She is literally running away from something, but have I not been doing the same thing, trying my best to forget about my hospitalization? I'm getting better, but my health isn't going to magically fix itself. Amy has 2 legs instead of a heart to deal with, but those aren't going to magically fix themselves either. Maybe this is just as fixed as the both of us can get. There's always room to fix, I would say. The room becomes darker and darker, yet darker, until I can't really tell I'm looking at a corner anymore. Sorry, it came to mind I did something stupid like months ago. But basically, I went to the bathroom at night. I closed the light, I closed the door, and then, since I was in the light while I was in the bathroom and I closed every light, everything was pitch black, as expected. I was then in the front of the door of my room, but I was standing there for like 2 minutes until I could manage to see the handle of the door. For no reason, I just wanted to see how fast I will adapt to the darkness and finally see the door. Also, I was seeing a weird shape, which I don't know what it was, because there was still some very far away light in the background. Or, yeah, you know, the moonlight that passes through the windows. There was a weird shape I couldn't understand if that was the door or the thing next to it. So it took me 2 minutes just out of curiosity to understand why I was seeing that shape. And at the end it was the door. I don't know, I got a crazy moment during that night. It was your sleep demon? No. It finally found me. I got 300 ping. Oh, that's... Ping. If that was a name I can recall, it would be also a nice way to make a reference. Just like Millennia said, you can only find the truth in darkness. That makes a lot of sense now. And good night. The morning comes too soon, on the heels of a sleepless night. I think, is this how Amy is being spending her nights? Staring at a wall or ceiling, trying to stop thinking about whatever it is. Her, in my case. That clenched feeling in my gut is still there. I can't rely on you. Words spoken so casually. Almost like she were teasing me or chastising me for suggesting that Earth is flat. Isn't it though? No, I'm kidding. That's how it's got to be. The way it's got to be sucks. I'm feeling so miserable that I very nearly decide to skip the run. That would be stupid though. It's not something I should do just to see her. Sure, that was the original reason, but it's something more now. I've started to enjoy the running itself. There are worse ways to get the blood flowing anyway. Never thought I'd say after that first week or so, but I feel a lot better after a run. Like, no matter what else I do today, I've at least done that one thing. It wakes me up too, and Amy herself said that running always clears her mind. Maybe it will help clear mine. I hope so. The morning is cool and clear, if a bit humid. Summer is making itself known, it seems. No, summer is making a game with winter, right? Wrong game. Amy is already stretching out when I arrive, and greets me with a smile and a wave. Like a wave, like from the sea. Where's this water coming from? Hey, Sao. The sight of her so chipper is like a kick in the nuts. How can she be so happy after yesterday? Summertime. It's summertime to make a game, yeah. I give half a wave and I'm surprised to receive a hug. Hey, about last night. Here it comes, please don't tell me to forget it. Oh, nice. I wanted to say thanks. I actually managed to get some sleep for the first time in a while. I think it's because of your talk. So, thanks. How could she sleep better after our chat? She basically told me she wouldn't get any closer to me. And that let her sleep well? Excuse me, but what the fuck? Sorry, it reminded me of the reaction. I'm saving it. Amy either doesn't notice my bafflement or chooses not to notice. Not telling with her anymore. Oh, no problem, glad it helped. The venom that threatens my drip into my voice is controlled for now, but I think I'd better start running now before I do anything stupid. Amy seems equally willing to get started, and before long we're darting around the track. I can tell she feels more relaxed. Her running has gone back to the more graceful movements I remember from when I first watched her. That's a stark contrast to the almost brutal way she's been hurling herself around the track those past few days. Wait, we got the term hurl previous time. Hurl was... I have it saved, give me a moment. Hurl. Not churl? No, wait. I didn't say the term hurl. Okay, never mind. Then let's see. Throw or impel we get force. So it's to throw, but also a way to say throwing themselves. Makes sense. Throw launch. Okay, perfect. Amy, do you have a twin sister who just happened to live in the same academy? That would explain a lot of things, actually. Let me save these. Okay. Our talk really does seem to have helped there. A pity it couldn't help me. I get into the rhythm of running, thinking back when I couldn't afford thinking about anything else but keeping my breathing steady and legs moving. Guess those days are done. Gone. At least for the first couple of leaps. Deja vu. I won't put the music now. Annoyed at the lack of success I'm having with clearing my head, I increase the pace. Please don't. Can it be that it takes another heart attack now? And there's the burning sensation in my legs. My breaths coming rugged in my chest. The pounding of my heart, which I still need to be careful about. But it does seem to have gotten stronger. I can feel it pumping blood through my veins. The sound thrums in my ears, but instead of being panicked as I was that day in the snow, I'm instead filled with elation. Wait, elation. Let me look for it. Elation, great happiness and exhilaration. Okay. Nice to know. Elation, joy. Okay, thanks. I will say. That's a god in the Star Rail game, which is the crazy god, which just does things for the lulz. So that makes sense. Or was it Haha? Ah no, its name is Haha. Which in my opinion is a pretty cool name. Haha. Yeah, it's working. My heart, that fatal flow that landed me here, has improved. I'm able to keep going now, and maybe one day I'll be able to stop worrying as much. Right now it doesn't matter that I have no idea what to do about Amy and me. All that matters is my arms and legs continue to pump in concert with one another. Nothing else. As I hit the final stretch, I remind myself that running really does help, though not as much I'd hoped. I do feel better, and as I walked a few laps to cool down, I begin to remember last night, in a slightly less emotional manner. Amy wants me to stay distant from her. You're filled with elation! Nice way to... well, not really determination. Maybe the other hearts, I forgot the lore of Undertale. Maybe there was a heart... No, determination is a global thing, never mind. I can't bring myself to do so. There's got to be a way around this, some kind of middle ground I can reach. Not sure what the middle ground is, though. Damn, I was almost feeling optimistic. Nice run, Isao! You really improved! Nice run. That's all I can hope for now, isn't it? Congratulations, Isao! You're pathetic. I gotta change my attitude. Well, you know, I'm pretty awesome. And yet I just keep saying things I don't mean. Any second now I'll be as good as hiding my problems as Amy. I like to think so. Why does she do this to me? Say something like that with such real affection in her voice that makes it my heart leap. She doesn't mean it. She can't. It must be doing a worse job than I thought, because Amy peers closely at me. Hey, you're feeling okay? Maybe we should get to the nurse, huh? Yeah, I'd had to kill Hover on you. Amy looks a little shocked at my bitter tone. Don't say things like that. You've already done it once before, you know. Why does she act so affectionate? She doesn't really care. I thought she made that clear. But despite all of that, I find myself apologizing, even though I shouldn't have to. Even though she's probably just putting on an act. No, I think she really cares in a way, but maybe she's not ready to get into the relationship thing. Sorry, huh? Come on, let's see the nurse. I can't get myself to calm down the whole time. Every time feels like I've gotten over what happened last night. Amy does something or says something that shows affection, and then back to the beginning. The image of her ending that conversation haunts me. It was like the final twist of the knife that left me feeling bereft of any hope that Amy and I could be more than what we are. Bereft? Bereft maybe is spoiled? Let's see. No wait, bereft. It's different. Non-bar left. Bereft. Deprived, yeah. Deprived, perfect. Wait, no, sorry, I spoiled. I didn't mean spoil. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, something like removing. Because the bear remembered me of the, yeah, like bare bones, something like that. And what are we at this point? Little more than friends who happen to fuck. Yeah, that's what you call friend with benefits. And really, it's not like I don't enjoy the time I spent with her. Said so the other day myself. I very nearly didn't even bring anything up with her. Was just gonna hop on there and let it ride, wasn't it? And they still don't talk. With this running through my head, I find myself in front of the nurse office, still brooding as he checks out Amy. Amy comes bounding off the door. Bounding? Bound isn't two main things bound together. Let's see. Maybe bounding out. No, wait, walk or run with leaping strides. That's new, I'm pretty sure bound meant the other thing. No, because bound is the past tense of bind. Oh, okay, now I realize. Okay. Makes sense. Amy comes bounding out of the door, gives me a kiss and darts off to shower, I assume. Meanwhile, the nurse beckons me into his office to give me the ritual once over. Any problems today? No, I haven't pushed a little harder today than I have in the past, and I seemed able to handle it. That's uncharacteristically risky coming from you, Hisao. You've been hanging out with Amy too much. She rubbed off on you, and not necessarily in a good way. At the mention of Amy's name, I can't help but frown unhappily in spite of my efforts at control. Well, now, this is new, don't you think? Last I checked, your usual response to Amy's name was a grin, not a frown. What exactly happened between you two? Because Amy doesn't seem to be on it, whatever it is. She looked more relaxed than I ever seen her in weeks, which is unusual for this time of the year. What do you mean? By what? For this time of the year. I keep trying to find out what's been bothering her, but she claims up as soon as I broach the subject. Wait, now we got to broach. I suppose means getting close to the subject or bring up. To raise a difficult subject for this discussion. Okay, good to know. Then last night she said, let me guess. She won't tell you because she says she can't trust you? And now you're crushed because you thought that the two of us were so much more than she seems to think, right? More or less. Actually we rub on each other, if you know. Yeah, I remember the first time. How the heck did you know? Isa, I'm the nurse. It's my job to know those things. I'm pretty sure that's not your job. Plus, I've known Amy for long enough to know that she tried to do something like this. It's just like her. He says this in the sort of half-affectionate, half-frustrated tone that would seem more appropriate if he had a cigarette dangling from his lips. As it is, he seems willing to make do with a pen. Look, you mind if I give you some advice? Pretty sure yes. This is my problem? Well, it would be nice to solve the problem by my own, but honestly, if I can get us some help, I don't see what the problem is. Sure. What was it Mutu said yesterday? If you can't observe the thing, then observe what's around it. Worth a shot. The nurse knows Amy better than I do, I wagger. But we couldn't have this discussion if we refused to talk with Mutu. So it's like a chain of choices. I'm curious to know what happens if I don't take those choices. Isao, how the heck do you know Nurse cameras? Where? The nurse knows Amy better than I do, I wagger. Sure, I'm open to suggestions. Honestly, I'm kind of lost. I've got no idea how to deal with this. And would never have guessed. He grins while he says this. I think he's kidding. Look, Esther dear, Amy is stubborn. You should know that by now, and if you don't, then you're pretty unobservant, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. I'm so grateful. Anyway, if she decided that she doesn't want to talk about what happened, then she's not going to talk about what happened. Yeah, that's the point. Has she said anything about what's been bothering her? Even a hint? Well, she did say she's been having nightmares about the accident. Really? You're making progress then, that's good. I guess I can fill you on this without violating my strict non-interference policy when it comes to Amy making stupid decisions. The anniversary of her accident is coming up soon. Oh wait, that's... Did he mention something like this period? The nurse knows this period is the saddest of her, maybe? She gets depressed around this time because it was a pretty traumatic event, considering what she lost. Yeah, that's the other thing, she acted like she lost more than the legs. What happened? Well, no, not going there. You'll have to ask someone else about that, because that's a whole can of worms I'm not about to open. If Amy wants you to know, she'll tell you in her own time. You just got to be patient, that's all. Why are you even helping me with all this? Because you're good for her. She trusts you even if you don't think she does. And you've got the best chance out of anyone at this school right now to help her through this time of year. She won't accept my help, but she might accept yours if you don't screw up. So don't screw up, okay? Sounds easy enough? I open my mouth to respond, but a knocking sound at the door interrupts me. Hey, you guys still in there? A moment, Amy. Give us a second to get our pants back on. No, wait. The door burst open and Amy glares knives at the nurse. Wow. Amy's so upset. And she's right. Asshole! No, Amy, well, you know. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Hey, can we leave me out of this? Isa, are you cheating? On the nurse? On the male nurse? I try to take a more cheerful tone with her. No need to upset her. Two can play the everything is fine game. Actually, I forgot to ask you something. Us is us. No. Do you wanna come with me on a trip to my house? Okay, I was just thinking. Maybe if she doesn't want to tell us, her mom will. Maybe we will get info from her mom about what happened in the past, even if I'm now pretty sure she didn't only lose her legs, she lost her dad. My mom is making dinner. I thought you might just want to join us. Well, of course I accept. Amy punches the nurse in the arm playfully. Not you, Baka, you were over last week. I was talking to Isao. Oh, interesting. Meeting the parent. I'd love to go, Amy, thanks. The nurse raises an eyebrow, but says nothing. I know I should talk to her mother. Great, I'll be in my room. Swing by after you shower and change into something clean. And we'll grab the bus. Sounds good. I'll see you in a bit. This time it's me bullying in for a quick kiss before darting off to my room. Oh, we're gonna meet the parents. Wait, we already met the mother. And the father is dead, so nothing new. Sure, tell me PNG. Ass. Takes a lot of strength to grab a bus. Ah, you mean physically? Now I understand. What an interesting development. Maybe we are getting closer after all. Maybe Amy is finally ready to open up a little. Or maybe she's just being polite. And a free meal seems like a good way to apologize for last night. Great. Now I can't decide whether to be excited, nervous, or depressed. I settled for a combination of all three and hope in the shower. I should have saved the previous one, maybe. Please don't encounter Kenji. Oof. Not this time. And we go to Emmy's home. I don't think I like riding buses. Actually, I think I'm pretty comfortable saying that as a fact. They sway a lot and they smell funny and you can feel every bump in the road. I'm really not looking forward to this. Plus, Amy legs keep making a clanking noise that draws the attention of everyone else on the bus. She's in shorts again, and she's got long socks drawn up her prosthetic so they don't look so obviously false again. But that doesn't stop the odd look or two every time her legs bump together with an audible clunk. I shift nervously in my seat, and Nemi raises an eyebrow questioningly. She doesn't seem to mind the stares. Either that or she doesn't have noticed that people are staring. I'm sure she's gotten her fill of all odd looks before. After a certain amount of time, I doubt she'd notice anymore. Not that she'd ever tell me if I asked. Another fact is, I'm not just uncomfortable about the bus. I can't seem to come to terms with the fact that Amy appears to be trying to bring me closer, while at the same time pushing me away. How does it work? It's like a trap. You can't go further or farther. You're just trapped in the middle. So that's not friendzone, it's the friends with benefits zone. Which is kinda still not, I wouldn't say strictly better, I'm just saying not the best outcome. Metal Mario walking sound. The nurse said she trusts me, even if it doesn't look like that. I'm not sure I can trust the nurse. He's protective of Amy, just like I'm protective of Amy, and I'd be likely to say something to make her look good if someone asked me about her. So he might just be doing that. Still, there was something about the way he seemed genuinely surprised that Amy invited me along. Maybe last night talk helped more than I think, but I'm still worried. Meeting the parents is a big deal, right? Not that I haven't already met Amy's mother, but that was just an acquaintance. Now it's going to be as Amy's boyfriend, with everything that implies. I can feel my heart pounding in my chest, an echo of that snow-covered afternoon that feels like it was so long ago that it might as well be another life entirely. Wait! What if it's an isekai? What if Hisao just died at the start of the game after the declaration of love? And he was respawned in another world. In another world in the school for disabled people. Interesting theory we have here. Should have gone and asked Ray Bryan. I think that Ray Bryan would have said, I don't know. Last time she gave us an advice, she was all apologetic. Except then, I didn't know what was going on. I also didn't have medication to help prevent things spiraling out of control. I've come a long way in terms of physical health, and for the second time today, I feel like I'll be able to live normally now. Or at least as normally as possible. Now, if only I could manage my relationship as well as I managed my heart, I'd be in great shape. You don't take pills for a relationship, unfortunately. Oh, in casual clothes. Well, we are here. Amy grabs my hand as soon as we stepped off the bus. She starts heading down the street almost immediately. Come on, we got a couple blocks until my place. Why are they called block if you can walk through them? I'm sorry, we're getting into real philosophical questions here. Well, okay. I follow Amy down the street, watching her confident stride. She's setting kind of a quick pace for just a walk. I guess she's anxious to get there. Does your mom do this sort of thing often? Nah, not too frequently. Mom's never been much of a playing hostess. Oh yeah? Yeah, my dad was always the one pushing her to have people over. The sudden and unprompted reference to her father catches me off guard. And from the look of Amy's face, I'm not sure she meant to mention him. I think I've only ever heard her talk about him once. All I remember is that Amy's mom told me that he wasn't around anymore. Come on, at this point anyone can make the 2 plus 2, put everything together. Oh, your mom prefers solitude? Amy laughs, either from relief that I didn't ask about her father or from finding my statement actually funny. Not at all. She's why I'm such an outgoing person, you know? She just prefers to be a guest rather than a hostess. It's less stressful that way, or so she says. Yeah, I understand the feeling. Every time we're about to have people over, we're always stressed about keeping everything in order, cleaning thoroughly the living room. The best thing though is the food we eat, we can keep what's left after the party and eat another day. So hosting has its benefits. Clearly she never had to meet her girlfriend's mother for dinner. Amy giggles again and speaks in a teasing tone. Nervous, Hisao? You shouldn't be, you know? It's not a big deal. Just dinner at my house, that's all. Yeah, but have you ever brought home a boyfriend before? I confess that part of me dreads hearing the answer to this. I know very little of any past relationships. I don't even know if there were past relationships. No, I guess I haven't. Hey, maybe this really is kind of a big deal after all. What's with the mouth expression? I mean, I lost count. No. Because in Italian it's isolated. Even if they are surrounded by houses. They don't make sense in any language, is it? My mom prefers solitude, my dad Windhelm. Well, that's... and I recognize Windhelm as a name, but I don't recognize it. Oh good, now I feel twice as nervous. Though, to tell the truth, truth, I'm pretty happy to hear that I'm the first one. Maybe we got something special after all. Bolstered by this new thought, I've managed to calm down considerably by the time Amy knocks on the front door. Okay, what's bolstered? Provided with padded support. Bolstered? Adjective. Support or strengthened. Okay. Wait, bolstered? To bolster. Yeah, okay, it's a verb, so... supported, strengthened. Ah, because you strengthen the bolts when you build something, probably. Okay. Makes sense. That's the main cities of Skyrim. Oh, I really need to play Skyrim. That's why it was familiar. Hey, mom, open up, we are here. That's a mom. The mom is good too, actually. The door swings open and Miss Ibarazaki stands grinning at her daughter. The grin is still surprisingly similar to Emmy's. I'm never going to get used to that. You know, people normally wait for a few minutes before they start shouting at the door. And most mothers say hello to their daughters instead of scolding them right away. Of course, welcome home, dear. I missed you. Oh, what a colorful background. An affectionate hug later, we're inside. And it is only then that Emmy's mom seems to remember that I'm actually there. Oh, hello to you too, Isao. How are you? Quite well, thank you. Nice to not have school to worry about for a little bit. Oh yes, you have finished up your exams, haven't you? That must be quite a relief for you both. Yeah, it's certainly a weight off my mind, that's for sure. Oh, I now realize, I like how even if the portrait moves, even the background moves to create some sort of parallax effect. Mine too, I think I slept well for the first time in weeks last night from relief alone. If this news is a surprise to Emmy's mother, she doesn't show it. Still, her response betrays a note of interest. Is that so? I'm very glad to hear it. Emmy, you know I get worried when you get all wound up about, well, exams. Certainly Emmy mothers know something I don't, or rather she doesn't know that Emmy told me about the nightmares. It's interesting being able to observe how Missy Barazaki covers for Emmy, that protective instinct to make sure that I don't know any more than Emmy is willing to tell me. I suppose Emmy's got more in common with Quarks than I ever realized. She's faster than Quarks, probably. Moves around fast, yeah? Impossible to understand through direct observation, yet she has an effect on everyone she encounters. That's a perfect association, actually. A perfect comparison. I wonder if Miss Barazak will figure out that I know about the nightmares, or is she just keeping everything secret from everybody? Yeah, it's not being as bad this year as in the past. It's all helping me to stay focused. Oh, I know that's not true. She even cut off the contact outside of school hours during exam weeks. But she did see me during the day, and she told me more than once that the morning run was the only thing she looked forward to during exams. So maybe that's not much of a lie. The only problem of being faster than light is that you can only live in darkness. Oh yeah, I remember that meme. Either way, to hear that being around has helped even a little makes me feel a bit better. There should be a meme with Emmy with that quote. Emmy's mother raises an eyebrow at this statement. Either she doesn't believe Emmy or she's surprised as I am. Well, then it appears that it's a good thing you two have been so close. I tell you to take good care of my daughter, Isao, but looks like you're already doing that. Amy grins at this and seems to take pride in my having managed to ingratiate myself with her mother so easily. Actually, I'd say your daughter been the one taking care of me. She's gotten me out and running. I've probably been more active since meeting her than I ever was, even before. I'd actually never thought of it that much, nor had I ever appreciated the humor in it. Humor? Is it funny? I wasn't too active before the heart attack. Para-pa-pa. Pick-up games or soccer don't really count since they weren't that common. So, now that I know for sure that I have a weak heart, now I run every day, pushing my luck with the help of my medication. I chuckled quietly, then realized I never finished my sentence. Well, before I had my heart attack and wound up at school here. Comes out so casually. There was a time where I would have thought twice about talking about what was wrong with me at all. Well, you still never told anyone else. Can we consider this character development? even if it's marginal, I really like how we see how the protagonist as a character. Now, for example, is having a profound doubt over Emi affection for him, from what we see from the internal monologue before, like twice or thrice. So the protagonist is not a blank slate, it's a character in the story. But now it just seems silly to care, especially in the company of Emi and her mother. If Emi can be cavalier about her disability, then so can I. Cavalier, that's new. Cavalier. Showing a lack of proper concern. Okay. Can become. It's not an adjective, but I suppose that's the meaning. Okay. Nonplussed, detached. Okay. Okay, thanks. I'm taking a wide screenshot to include also Zero note. Okay, perfect. I think back to the track meet, where Emi declared herself the fastest thing on no legs. Well, that's arguable, honestly. There's a lot of things with no legs which are pretty fast. The fact of her obvious loss has never seemed to bother her, at least not in public. Being stuck in a wheelchair frustrated her, I know, but even that was something she dealt with on her own, despite my efforts to the contrary. Emi has a way of bringing out the more active side of people. I never quite figured how she does it. Those puppy dog eyes she gets, for starters. I'm not surprised that she managed to rope you into an exercise routine. If Rin weren't just as stubborn as she is, I'm sure that Emi would have gotten her out and running with you too. Ah, that reminds me. Rin, say hello. I drift to the outer edges of the conversation. Ooh, this room reminds me of the old dinner table of my grandpa's. They moved out in another building like 10 years ago, so I never saw the dining room again, but that was very similar to this one. We were in like the 6th, 7th floor, even way above. It was an apartment in a very big building with a lot of... it was square shaped with a hole in the middle. We needed to take 2 elevators to go there, and that was the dining room. You can also go to the terrace by opening the window, which linked to the kitchen in the right. Like, you can go in the terrace and go to the kitchen from there. I don't know, that's very similar to the living room. But that's not it, because you can see we are in the 1st floor. Also the table and the chairs, I kinda reminded me of that because they are pretty old. I drift to the outer edges of the conversation again as we move into the dining room to eat. It smells delicious in there, and the spread that Emmy's mom has produced is impressive. Wow, you've made enough to feed an army in there! Is it too much? Well, you can always take some leftovers with you when you go. Yes, the best! That sounds great! I can only handle cafeteria food for so long. Something home-cooked would be a welcome change of pace. What he said? Thanks, ma'am! The food tastes as good as it smells, and there's a lull in the conversation while we're all digging. What's the link? The only problem of being faster than light is that you can only live in darkness. We have it awesome, thanks, Father, that's incredible. And she's angry. Did you post it on Discord? I will check later. Amy assaults her plate with the usual amount of gusto, and I will admit that I set a pretty fast pace myself. So Isao, I hear you and my daughter here have gotten rather close, huh? The urge to say something not really is so strong that I open my mouth to say it, but then reassert control. We are close, there's no getting around it. I mean, Emmy's brought me here, hasn't she? Fortunately, both Emmy and her mother seem to take my reaction as a sign that I'm caught off guard, rather than considering saying something cruel. I suppose we have. I blame the morning ranks myself. You make it sound like a bad thing, Hisao. Well, sometimes. Well, I for one found it a relief. Why is that? Emmy's always been a popular girl, but never made many close friends. This is a bit of news to me. I've always seen Emmy chatting with her classmates. In the hallway. Yeah, because she ran into them. You can't avoid to talk with someone if she crashes into you, you know. I couldn't find a sad face. Maybe later, I don't know. I don't remember. She made some faces, but I don't remember a sad face. And certainly the whole track team seems to love her, but it's true that she chooses to isolate herself during lunch with Rin and me. Not exactly the sort of behavior one expects from a popular girl, after all. Then again, I've experienced her unwillingness to get close firsthand, so I can't say I'm that surprised. I was beginning to have my doubts. Amy rolls her eyes to the ceiling and grumbles something I can't quite make out. Huh? What? What did you just say? Nothing. Missy Barazaki chokes on her drink with laughter. What did you say? That's the classic cliché situation in every anime, right? When a girl says, "It's not like I did it for you." What did you say? Nothing, baka! That's why I got an idea for Respawn Banter, for a way to joke on this cliché situation. I'm not spoiling it though, but I really like the idea. Missy Barazaki chokes on a drink with laughter. You've been hanging out with a nurse too long, Amy. I'm going to have to talk to him about corrupting my daughter. Somehow I don't think that would be very effective. Oh, what's with the smile? What's with the smug face? What's the face? I learned most of it from you anyway, not the nurse. It's not like I revived you before because I liked you or anything. No, that's far from that. That also involves a character I never showed, so it's kinda impossible to explain without spoiling. Well, also I don't even think I can do that because it implies that there is a backlog to read messages. I will probably add a backlog to it though. Don't listen to her, Isao. She's a born liar. Yeah, right. I don't know, Amy. I think your mother has a point. What? You traitor! You're supposed to take my side in this. Yeah, but you did lie about your leg after the A kick in the shins from an unmistakably plastic foot cuts me off, but not before Misty Barazaki eyebrows shoot upwards. What about your leg? It wasn't a big deal, that's all. I just was in a wheelchair for a bit. The last few mumble words are quick deciphered by Emmy's mother. I suspect she has experience with this sort of thing, and a worried frown appears on her face. So that's why you kept dodging my calls. Oh, Emmy, I know how much you hate being in a wheelchair. No wonder you've been in such a mood lately. Yeah, she's much happier on her feet, so to speak. Well, of course, she spent enough time in a chair just after the accident. She didn't get prosthetic immediately? No, she had to finish healing up before they let her start a sort of therapy you've got to go through to adjust the whole to those things. Especially since she wanted to run on them. Ah, I had no idea. Good movies out. Get the mother, get the daughter. Yeah, why choose? Why not get both? The whole family. Yeah, it sucked. Oh, did you see Rin's mural at the festival? Amy's sudden change of topic make me realize belatedly that she's been fidgeting the whole time. Her mother and I been talking. Belatedly, wait. Belatedly. Later than should have been the case. Oh! That's an interesting word. Sure, let's save it. Did I save the previous one? Perfect. So, made me realize too late. I should have figured on her being a little skittish when it comes to talk about the accident, even around her mother. No, I didn't make it out to the festival, remember? Although I got a glimpse of it at your track meet. It seemed pretty weird to me. I think that's more or less what she was going for. She talked a lot about it being dreamlike, or trying to make it dreamlike. Rain's art is one of those things I don't think I will ever understand. That's not surprising, I don't think Rin expects to be understood. Yeah, like Yumeniki, you don't need to understand the game, it's a metaphor for depression, just in case. She told me once that art allows people to understand stuff they wouldn't understand otherwise, but all the same she doesn't think it actually works that way. I'm surprised that Amy talked about this with Rin extensively enough to actually have Rin's opinion, such as it is. Although I expect that Rin could not, if she were so inclined, say the same thing about Amy's. Unless, of course, Amy's purposely keeping me in the dark about everything, which is likely but unpleasant to think about. I drift down this unpleasant train of thought for a while, losing track of the conversation. Oh, Amy, I've been meaning to ask. Are you going to visit your father this year? Yeah, your father's gravestone, maybe? From the way she says it, you'd think Amy's mother was talking about the weather. From the way Amy reacts, it's clearly not the weather they're talking about. Come on, it was clear 2 streams ago. Now Amy's getting to the period of the accident. So the anniversary of the accident is coming. And suddenly the mom suggests her to go check on his father. Which is, if he's dead related to the accident, makes a lot of sense. Then CEST is out. Well, of course, there is no direct hint on it, but there are a lot of hints together that someone can piece together, and at some point it's not a coincidence anymore. Also, okay, we are here reading the dialogue and understanding each line. In the real world, people usually don't think too much about what someone said more than when you read, because there are a continuous flux of conversation and you don't have time to think more on what someone said. Also, Real World is not a visual novel, so things could be a coincidence. It's not like everything is the Chekhov's gun. She flinches, a slight jerk of the head backwards, as if she's just been slapped in the face. Well, if this is not an easy telling point... Can we talk about this later? Her voice sounds brittle, strained. Wait, brittle, like brittle hollow, but... Let's look. Fragile, maybe? I think would be fragile. Yeah, hard but reliable to break easily. Okay, awesome. I wanted to know what brittle from brittle hollow means. Makes sense. Brittle hollow from Outer Wilds is hollow and brittle. So, yeah. Makes too much sense. Seems that Missy Barazaki misjudged just how close Amy and I are. Some things, it seems, are best not conversed about with me around. Her father is one of those things. The accident that took her legs is probably another of those things. No! It's the same thing! If her reaction to the earlier conversation between her mother and myself is any indication. It would be a great plot twist if he was alive! Wait! That would make for a great twist, great troll twist for a game. Let me save it. A game that that makes you think something, but subverts your expectations. It doesn't take Amy Mother long to realize she screwed up. Oh, of course we can, dear. I'm sorry to bring it up. I just wanted to ask, so I could make plans. It's fine, don't worry. Amy fidgets nervously, as if embarrassed by her own reaction. I confess that her reaction is confusing. She only just mentioned her father to me earlier today. Less than a few hours ago, even. Why does a simple question about when she visited her father? Because he's dead! Okay! Cause such a strong reaction. Unless whatever serenity she claimed to have reached by means of our talk, the previous evening has suddenly evaporated. Come on, Isao, I made two dialogue choices before, where we learned to approach or understand from a different point of view. I feel like I did the right choices before in the game, so please understand. Or it didn't help as much as she thought, or claimed. I'll be right back. Gotta visit the little girl's room. The what? Amy gets up suddenly and leaves the table, leaving me and Missy Barazaki alone. Time to flirt? No, I'm kidding. I'm a little conflicted. Should I go after her or should I stay here? It's obvious that Amy's departure was not based on the call of nature. Something is bothering her and I have to know what it is. No. We need to know. Interesting. In this time we are already at the third choice. I feel like we could have a bad ending with Amy. It's almost like the game started now when we entered the Amy route. I will probably stay. Where the main character doesn't betray or die. That's a pretty big twist. And where the main character goes to the first mission, sees smoke coming from the village, and then no, actually it's just a barbecue. A grill battle. A grill battle. Wait. I'm sorry, Fado, I'm saving your idea. I need to do it, okay? The dancer go after the mom. I'm saving here, sure. Okay, so the first one will be the most reasonable, actually. Because we go to Amy. She probably is a little sad now, is depressed, but... I don't know how the game goes, because either ways could happen that we get to know about her father. because now she's very sad and finally she opens herself, or talking to her mom, still get the information, but she doesn't seem to want to tell us at all. She went away from the table. She doesn't want to talk with us present, so I don't think she wants to tell us now. I would stay with her mom to talk, just to talk. That's how the game has to start. How we talk. That's an awkward silence at the table for a while, after Amy dashes off. I can't think of anything to say. Amy's mother sighs, breaking the silence. Sorry about that, Isao. I sometimes forget that Amy's touchy about certain subjects. And I was talking about the wheelchair thing too. Should I go after her? Heavens no, she didn't leave the table to continue the conversation, you know. But if she's troubled, shouldn't someone help her? If it were anyone else, I'd say yes, but my daughter is stubborn as a mule, and if she wants to be alone, it's best to let her be alone. Otherwise, she'd probably say something she'd regret, which would cause you to say something you'd regret, and I would prefer that dinner doesn't end with one or both of you storming out of the house. If that were to happen, I'd be a terrible hostess, wouldn't I? I've already acted as a fool once today. That's okay, I shouldn't have brought up the wheelchair, apparently. Ibarazaki frowns, clearly more bothered by Amy's omission that she'd let on. I wish she wouldn't do that. It just makes me worry more, you know. She does this often. What, running off to the bathroom? No, I can't say she does. Keep injuries from her mother, right? Well, that's a little more common. Every time I catch her lying like that, she assures me that the only reason she didn't tell me is because it wasn't a big deal. If it's any consolation, I'm sure the only reason I knew about it at all was because I saw her even every day. This elicits a dry chuckle from across the table. Missy Barazaki sighs, a little sadly. Still hesitant about getting close to people, huh? I keep hoping that she'll get over that. It's funny, really. She's bounced back so well from the accident in so many ways. I guess some things never really go away. From the look of it, the whole thing still bothers her too. She seems to be a little more willing to talk about the accident without me around, though. I've got a question, if it's alright. Oh? Are you free today? What else did Demi lose in that accident? The nurse said that she gets this way near the anniversary, and she won't talk about it to me. So you thought I'd fill you in, huh? Yeah, hopefully. Well, there's a problem with that request, you know. Let me guess, you promised Demi that you won't tell anyone she didn't want to know. And you don't know if she wants me to know? Something like that. I promised Demi that she'd be the one to tell people the full story. But isn't that important? I mean, it's clearly had a huge effect on her, if she's still like this so long after the accident. That's true. It did have a long-lasting effect on her. There are a few things that she'll probably never really get over. For a moment, Missy Barazaki looks incredibly saddened, as if an old wound is bothering her. I suppose there are a few things I never really get over either. Well, she lost her husband. Another dry chuckle, and with a shake of her head, Emily's mother banishes the memory. Banish the thought! Look, there's something you absolutely must understand about the way Emily thinks about the accident. What? It wasn't a big deal. Somehow I managed to keep my mouth from falling open in surprise, but it takes some effort. That has to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I beg your pardon? Maybe because... maybe she's not... Wait, maybe she's... The father did not die during the accident, but like right after. Some day after, maybe. So, the day she's mourning is not the day she lost her legs. The day she lost her dad, which are maybe separate. And that's why talking about the legs, or... Yeah, that's why thinking about losing the legs saddens her because she links that to her father's wish to run, to see her run, maybe. Okay, maybe it's not that simple, but it's pretty accurate summation. Well, that would explain why she wouldn't... She put the losing her legs in on second place, while losing her father is on first place, of course. Amy believes that the accident did not define her, and that everything she lost that day didn't define her either. She's not that girl who lost her leg. She's the fastest thing on no legs. Her optimism and energy came out of that wreck without a scratch, as far as she's concerned. Yet it goes beyond that, doesn't it? I mean, last night she told me that she refused to rely on me because it would make losing me too painful. Yeah, because she already lost someone precious to her. Not really, you said she won't tell you about the accident, even though you've asked her about it before. The reason she won't talk about it when you ask is because to her, it's not something you absolutely need to know. Even if she wasn't terrified of getting too close to anyone, she still wouldn't talk about it. She's afraid of being close to me? Oh goodness me, yes! For all that talk about being unscathed by the accident, she's gained the ugly knowledge of how quickly it can be all over. She's not going to let people get especially close to her, and she certainly would resent an implication that she cannot work through this on her own. Okay. But I don't think she can work through it on her own. Oh no? Are you sure you've been dating my daughter and not somebody else? The twin theory, wait! May be real. Trust me, Isao, she could get through it on her own. But she has nightmares. She can't sleep and she does this every year. Tell me, if she wasn't able to get through it on her own, do you think she'd still be alive? She would have killed herself, committed not Pog, sorry Twitch, or something equally melodramatic. So what, I shouldn't try to help her? Written and directed by Christopher Nolan. What if now she's dead? We gently open Emmy's door. I didn't say that. I hate seeing my daughter like this, and knowing that she could rely on someone else would let me relax. You just need to understand that accepting help goes against everything Amy thinks about herself, and the way the world knows. If you still want to offer her help, I guess that's your call. Honestly, I'd like you to, but it'd be silly not to warn you that it's not going to be easy. You just need to be patient with her. She's already closer to you than anyone else she's ever met at Yamaku. Well, it sure doesn't feel like we are very close. What's with the face? Good, that makes this part easier. Why does she look like a villain now? Wait, we just give her a gun? We just give her a gun and it's clearly a villain, a villain frame. Please, I need to, I screenshotted it. I need to edit this later and give her a gun. Would be perfect. This makes this part easier. Emmy's voice nearly gives me a heart attack. Well, literally. Oh, didn't hear you come back, Emmy. How convenient. Wait, were you eavesdropping? Nope, just happened to come back at the right moment, I guess. Emmy, so was just... Emmy holds up a finger, cutting her mother off. On his way out of the house? Yeah, I know. What's with the smug? I also like the smug, wait. Let me screenshot the smug. Ah, okay. Perfect. Emmy's trembling with anger now, looking vaguely betrayed. Emmy, don't be ridiculous, we were just... You promised! The pain carried in the last word is almost too much for me to bear. The idea that I could hurt her that much is like being kicked in the gut. Emmy's mother looks similarly pained by the thought. The plot twist is that there's a twin sister that had to cut her legs off to be the exact same as Emmy! No! They forced her to cut her legs. No! Wait, what if they switched now? And I kept the promise. Just listen, there's no reason to go throwing people out of the house. We're not going about to make a... Well, not a good reference. The protagonist is old enough. And Miss Mother seems to be both angry at her daughter's outburst and embarrassed that I'm a witness to it. There's only one real solution to this problem, I think. It's okay, here we go. No, really, that seems a little unnecessary. Don't worry, thanks for the dinner, Missy Barazaki, and for the advice. It was my pleasure, Isao. I'm sorry we didn't get to the dessert. Wait, there's a dessert. Never mind, I'm staying. That's okay, I have to watch what I eat anyway. Good evening, Amy, Missy Barazaki. The formality of our conversation, coupled with the fact that I'm getting ready to leave, seems to snap Amy out of her anger. No, wait, I'm sorry, I've been so... And after the last night, I just thought, you don't have to go, I take it back, it's okay. I can't help but smile slightly. She can barely articulate her apology, and I really would like to stay. But I don't think I can right now. I need to think about what her mother said, and about what I'm going to do about us. But Isao... About the dessert? You're just not gonna leave a dessert here. Made from the Missy Barazaki herself. I have no words, Isao. No words. Are you the dessert? Is the mother the dessert? I don't want to risk accidentally getting Amy angry again in the current state either. No, I think I'd better leave. You seem pretty shook up as well. And well, I'd only wind up trying to help you again. I know you prefer I didn't, so I'm going to leave instead. But... No but. We already tried. Hey, it's not a problem. You don't want a knight on a white charger, right? Just promise me one thing, okay? What? Don't be angry at your mom, okay? She was just giving me some advice, that's all. Amy nods, hesitantly, like this simple idea is all that she can grab on at this point. She's so terribly off balance, but I can't do anything about that right now. Okay. See you tomorrow, okay? Running in the morning, don't forget. I can see that I've hurt Amy by deciding to leave, but there's nothing I can do for her as things stand. And I know that she's too stubborn to admit that she wants me to stick around. I watch various emotions cross Amy's face as she tries to process everything that just happened. Shortly comes the calm look again, like last night, and that voice that tries too hard to sound careless. Sure, Isao, see you around. Both of us are unwilling to consider emotion at this point, and I'm having a hard time keeping up my facade, so I turn on my heel and walk out the door. Wow, I'm very surprised that I thought when we entered the route, okay, so the game is short, but we have a lot of routes. No, it's just a complete game on its own. This could be a complete game on its own, the Amy's route. Each route could be a complete game. Wow. Okay, maybe makes sense to be all in a single game because, yeah, same context. And also, they are probably shorter than any visual novel. Probably 10 hours each, 12 for each route, which makes the game pretty long. But not a problem. I'm enjoying any moment of it. I shut it behind me slowly, pausing for a moment as the latch catches my hand on the doorknob. Did I make the right decision just now? Should I have stayed and tried to work things out? No, I decide. Not in front of her mother like that. In spite of everything, I'd rather keep Amy's mother insulated from the sort of anger that surfaced last night. Even though she's probably used to it, some protective instinct wants me to keep Amy's image as a cheerful girl intact. With a start, I realize my head is still resting on the knob. And I take my hand away, put it in my pocket, and head down the slowly darkening street. I let a long breath out. The wait until tomorrow morning comes until tomorrow morning comes isn't going to be easy. In any case, I have to think on what to say to Amy. I must apologize, and I must get through to her somehow. On that account, something has been on my mind for most of the way back to my room. The letter of apology from Iwanako. I was so concerned about my new life when I received it that I didn't even bother to really read it. I forgot about the letter. Now that I find myself in a similar position, my curiosity got rekindled. What did she want to let me know so badly? If nothing else, reading her thoughts might help me frame mine. I remember tossing it away. Damn, where did I throw that thing? I check under my desk. That turns up nothing. I look for harder to reach, more unlikely locations. Well, no, I know where the lost sock went at least. Still, no letter. It's when I try sweeping my arm under the nightstand that I feel something crinkly, jammed between it and the wall. Grunting a little with effort, I reach for my prize, and so manage to bring it into the light. Bingo! No, really, it's a bingo card. Okay, the letter from Iwanaki, right? The girl who confessed to me at the start. And almost killed us. Killed us with sweetness, literally. I sit at my desk and spread the crumpled paper open. Well, doesn't look crumpled to me. A flick turns on the table light. Skipping past the empty pleasantries, I look for the point where I stopped reading. Ah, here it is. There is another thing I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt that there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have an excuse for it. The truth is, the times when I visited you at the hospital made me worried about you. I'm not talking about your health. You seem to become more distant and disheartened. It was natural after something like that happened. I'm sure, but somehow I got the feeling that you had given up on something back then. Happiness, maybe? Giving up on happiness. That sounds unpleasantly familiar. I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't say anything to comfort you. I'm really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered the most, even though I like you so much. At least now finally I can be more honest. If I could back to those quiet days in February and March, I'd tell you to not give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have drifted so far away if I had just said something. I hope you've managed to get back on your feet on your own. Well, Amy surely can't. I'm sorry, that sounded pretty evil. Now that the distance between us is also physical, it also feels more final somehow. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. Still, if you would like to correspond with me, by all means, write me back. I'd very much like to hear about your new school and how you're doing. I wish you all the best. Sincerely, Iwanako. Oh, she's so sweet girl. I can't remember, did we see her in the face? I don't think so. After finishing reading the letter, I smoothed it carefully and set it aside on my desk. Thank you, Iwanako. I wanted to answer yes to your question, or that snowy winter day, but I never got to. By the time we met again, it was too late. Or so I thought. What would have happened if I had behaved differently back in that dismally sterile hospital room? Wait, dismally is some sort of not put together well? In a gloomy, depressed matter. Kinda? Okay, let's save it. Okay. I'm sorry, there's no point in wondering now, but there's no point in trying to forget either. I am who I am because of all that happens to me, and all I look forward to experience, present, future, and past. And the past may just have taught me an important lesson now. I feel like we are going into the right route. Oh, next chapter, awesome! She running, motion. Also metaphorical, I suppose. We are 2 hours in, 1 hour in, but we can do some more. Or do we stop? 2 hours. We can do a little more. The sound of my alarm is an unwelcome intrusion on a sleep that's been a battle to obtain. I doubt I've been truly asleep for more than an hour or two. Too much on my mind. Did I make the right choice leaving the house yesterday? Did I manage to get Amy to realize how unreasonable she's been? Am I ever going to manage to get her to stop being unreasonable? Amy's mom gave me a new perspective the other day, but I'm still not sure that it's the right perspective. She was hurt when I left yesterday too. I know that part of any conversation is going to have to include an apology about that. Right thing to do or not, I hurt her. I hurried down to the truck, eager to talk to Amy. I think I know what to say. Apologize for leaving first and go ahead from there. But she's not there? Oh yeah, it is. Unless, of course, Amy doesn't show up. Which, from the look of things, seems like it's the case. It's been about 50 minutes since I got there, and there's no sign of her. She's never late, not unless she's sick, which is unlikely. She probably just doesn't want to see me right now. Deja vu! To take my mind off what that implies, I begin my warm-up routine and take off around the track. It clears my mind wonderfully. For the half hour I'm running, I don't think about anything but the run. However, once I'm finished, and Amy still hasn't shown up, I get a little worried. With any luck, the nurse will know where she is. If nothing else, I can see what he thinks I should do next. So, last night didn't go well, I take it. Oh, you know? I have my ways. Oh, wait, so also the hidden camera theory was right. You are getting every theory right here. I see. Now the game will tell me the father is not dead. It's not as if I'd missed the distinct absence of your running partner this morning. Now, would I? I suppose not. What happened? Don't you know already? Maybe, but I could be bluffing. Perhaps I prefer to get your side of the story before I give any advice. What if the nurse is dating Amy's mom? Wait! That would make sense. Yes. That's why I also would explain why he's so close with Amy. I don't know. I quickly fill the nurse on the events of the last night, and he takes it all in without changing expression once. Nothing about the whole event seems to surprise him, although it does seem surprised when I say that I didn't follow Amy. Chose to talk to her mom instead, huh? Smart move, though I guess it didn't work out well for you in the end. I'm not sure, Amy seemed apologetic when I left, or at least she seemed that way until she put up her defenses again. The nurse sighs and spreads his hands in a conciliatory gesture. Frankly, I'm surprised she let them down at all. Amy had a lot of practice on that score. You probably won't get anything else out of her. I don't believe you. Is that so? You think she'll tell you the whole tale? I swear I just saw the nurse's eyes glitter a little. His expression is the same, but he leans forward ever so slightly. I think she'll open up if I ask her without being an idiot about it. Yeah. That's his out talking. The nurse gives his enigmatic smile in response and shrugs widely. I think he's enjoying his role a little too much. That's the real trick, isn't it? Are you sure you know the right way to approach the subject? I can guarantee that Amy is going to try her hardest to pretend last night didn't happen. It will be painful and awkward for the both of you, but it will also be a lot safer than trying to ask her for the whole story again. It could go worse this time. Are you ready for something like that? Sounds like a challenge, like it doesn't believe for a minute I'll be so bold. I actually feel a little insulted by his lack of confidence in me. Of course I'm ready for that. I love her! My outburst gets a raised eyebrow in response. Well then. Good luck, let me know how it all turns out. Although he delivers his parting shot with the same smirk as usual, I actually think that the nurse wants me to succeed. I resist the urge to charge directly to Emmy's room to prove the nurse wrong. I've gone in half-cooked before, and the results were less than stellar. If I'm going to do this, I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it. Something to think about in class. Yeah, science is easy anyway. Sure enough, by the time lunch rolls around, I think I have a good enough idea of what to say. I can do this. The bell rings and I grab my lunch and dash up the stairs, eager to be there first. I need to ask Rin to leave, and I need to... Hi Amy! Hi sorry I wasn't able to run with you this morning, I overslept. Wait, the silence is... He wanted to be here first, but I'm not in time. Somehow, both Amy and Rin have managed to get to the roof before me. Oh, that's no problem. Last night was kind of draining, I guess. Amy's expression don't alter in the slightest. Yeah, sorry about that, but I've had such a weird morning since then. Oh, really? Amy proceeds to make small talk for the rest of the time. I can barely get a word in edgewise. I soon find myself interjecting with a sort of back and forth dialogue that seems to have defined our early relationship. It's not gonna get anywhere on this problem during lunch. Obviously, I can respect that. Amy obviously doesn't want to accidentally pull Rin into things, and that's fine. Not that I think Rin would notice, but I can at least respect that sort of rationale. I try a different tactic. Hey Amy, what are you about after class today? I was thinking we could go somewhere for dinner or something. Amy looks genuinely remorseful. Sorry, Sao, I promised the track captain that I'll stick around after practice and help some of the other kids with their form. It will have to be some other time. Sus. Yeah, sure. I'm honestly not sure what to do now. Maybe diving into things the day after would be a bad idea anyway. She might still be angry about it and just not showing it. Besides, if she's got track team responsibilities, that's fine, right? I tell myself some variation of this team the next day. Then the next. I wake up, run with Amy, during which she refuses to talk about anything but the run and what she was doing the night before. And then lunch, where we sit and make small talk until the bell rings. Her new responsibilities effectively keep me from seeing her outside of school. Maybe, just maybe, I'm letting it happen because it's safer this way. Just like the nurse said. Except, while it might be safer, I'm feeling more and more wretched. Amy doesn't look good when I see her anymore. Dark circles lurk under her eyes. She seems more and more distracted, and I can't bring myself to just ask her what's wrong, because the timing never seems right. I'm absolutely miserable. Don't tell me we got a bad ending. Oh, for a moment I was worried. I was fully expecting the credits to roll. Oh, okay, it's fine. Another lunch comes. I trudge up the stairs to the rooftop like a condemned man. To trudge. Walk slowly with heavy steps. Because of exhaustion or harsh conditions. Or moral condition, yeah. Oh, she's not here now. Rin is up there, but Emmy's not. Immediately I worry that something happened to her. Maybe the lack of sleep finally made her collapse, or something worse. She seemed pretty tired after our morning run. Maybe she fell asleep and didn't even make it to class. Rin, where's Emmy? In response, I get a rather penetrating look from Rin, and something approaching a frown appears on her face. Is that information really important? I think so. She's usually here with you, isn't she? I don't know. I have no way of being sure. I can confirm that she is, in fact, usually here with you when I came up. Well, she isn't now. Does that worry you? Kind of. Amy! That seems to end the conversation, and the point becomes moot anyway, because Amy bounced through the door with her usual energy. Wait, we got moot last time, right? Moot. Subject to debate. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember now. He's always kind of worried about you. Rin, please! Keep it private. He's always kind of worried about you, Amy. I don't know, he can decide. I don't think he can decide, or maybe I just don't believe him. But I think I'm going to go somewhere less awkward now. I got you cornered, Amy, now. I'm so surprised by Rin being so suddenly forward about, well, anything at all that I merely watch her head to the door. Amy is similarly surprised, and color slightly crimson, as she stares open-mouthed at me. It occurs to me that I should probably say something, if only to break the awkward silence that suddenly descended. It's because you weren't here yet. I was, worried about it. Why? You're usually here, so I was worried that something had happened to you. This isn't the first time I've been late, you know. Did you get worried all the other times too? Not really. Amy seems slightly amused by this. I don't know why, but that kind of pisses me off. So why was this time an exception? Maybe it's the light, teasing tone of the question, but something in her response pushes me to be honest, though I can't help snapping at her when I say it. Because you've been worrying me since dinner at your house, that's why. Well, now it's out in the open, and Amy's eyes are wide, and she looks like she wants to bolt, but she doesn't. Still on that, I see. What, I think I'm supposed to just forget about it? You threw me out of your house. We've been going on for almost a week pretending it never happened. I didn't see you bringing it up either, you know. I know, I'm sorry that was the case. We have to address it, or we just keep up this, whatever it is we've got right now. It's killing me to look at you right now. Did you know that? Those circles under your eyes and that distracted look in them. I can't help worrying that I've caused it somehow. You haven't, trust me. Well, I haven't helped either. I keep pushing you to tell me things you aren't ready to tell me. Maybe I was wrong to try getting your mother to help me out. But I've been so worried about you that I don't know what else to do. Well, you don't have to worry about me anymore, okay? What's this music? For a moment there was... I got some flashback from Undertale, but also Doki Doki. The bells reminded me both of Undertale and Doki Doki. Doki Doki, to be specific, the sad moment, right after the Sayori thing, right? It's pretty clear we are not right for each other. Maybe we should just stop. Her face is twisted up as she says this. Like, she doesn't want to say it, but forces herself to do it anyway. You don't actually want that, do you? Heck, you can barely bring yourself to say it. Anyway, it won't keep me from worrying about you. I care too much about you to just stop on command. You don't want to tell me what's wrong? Fine, but I won't stop trying to help you even if it's just standing by you. Stop saying that! She said, shaking now. And she looks at me. As she looks at me, I can see she's afraid and frustrated, and a million different things at once. I shake my head slowly and take a few steps towards her. You know what your mom told me? She told me that you'd never ask for help, because you know that you're strong enough to get through anything on your own. But that's not the full story, right? Her eyes goes wide and she takes a step back. I keep going because I think I finally figured it out. Oh, finally! Something tells me I won't get another shot. I pull it off for far too long, as it is. There's no harm in having someone help you, unless you're worried about needing help in the first place. You're scared, aren't you? Because of... I tail off. Because I don't know for certain what happened to Emmy's father, and I don't want to jump to conclusion. Well, never mind why, but it's okay to be afraid. Because if you're afraid, you get stronger. People who are not afraid can't get stronger because you get stronger by getting afraid. You've been running from it and from me for so long. Even though you know that eventually you have to turn around and face your fear. Because you will get stronger. And as I said, if you get stronger if you are scared. And people who are not scared can't get stronger because the people who get scared will become stronger. And I'm going to be there to help when you do. Sorry, I got my opportunity to insert some referencing. If you're afraid you're strong, yes! About to say it. We can't look on being stronger the same way we did, unfortunately. I won't stop because I don't think you'd want me to. You can understand that sort of determination, can't you? I can see that I've gotten through to her. But she quickly falls back to anger to try and push me away again. Back on your white charger, Hisao. Could I help the poor crippled face her emotional problems? What do you know about me? And about what I already had to face? You think 2 months of learning to walk was fun? But I did it. And after I did that I had to... For a moment, seems as if she's going to say something else. But she cuts herself off. And after that, you don't think you can get past your fear? I mean, I can't fathom that what you've been through. But to come through it and still be the sort of girl that you are, well, makes me think that you have even more strength than you think. I'm not going to help you because I think you need rescuing. I don't want to be a knight rescuing the damsel in distress. But even knights helped each other out, you know. I want to help you, even though I know you can do it on your own. For a moment, looks like Amy is going to break down completely. But she doesn't. Tears run down the face, but she stares at me steadily. Why are you trying so hard to help me? I'd say that's because I owe you one for helping me out when we first met, but that wouldn't be the truth. The truth is, I just want you to be happy, because I love you. Had I never said it before? We've been in a relationship, and it's been pretty obvious that I love her, but I did never actually speak the words. What did you say? I should say it again, savoring the feeling of being able to say it at all, being able to say it and mean it. Amy seems stunned. Isao uses love declaration. Amy is stunned. I said I love you, Amy. I love you. Just you. And that makes me want to stand by you. Well, also maybe your mom. No matter what you have to face, though. I'm wrapped in a fierce hug then, as Amy begins to sob against my chest. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about everything, but I'm so scared, Isao. I'm so scared of losing you, and I love you too, but I can't lose you. I'm so sorry. I hold her quietly, shushing her until she settles down. She steps back, a little more composed. Will you come with me tomorrow? Back to my house? There are some things I need to show you, if I'm going to do this. Of course, maybe this time we can live together, instead of separately. Amy grins, a sudden flash of brightness that seems more genuine than anything I've seen in the past week. Yeah, maybe. The lunch bell rings. Curse the universe's poor sense of timing. You didn't see any comedic romance anime. The timing is way worse than... If we had the anime timing, the romantic comedy anime timing, you still wouldn't be together. Trust me. Are you free tonight? We can talk more then, right? Amy shakes her head. Sorry, Zao, but I'm still happy to attract him. Plus, I don't think it would be good if we talked this over tonight. I'm going to be too tied up to think properly. I want to be able to tell you everything without screwing it up. You can wait, right? Even now, there's a bit of fear in her voice. I smile and rest a hand on her shoulder. Okay, I'll be waiting. Amy gives me a quick kiss before she heads for the stairwell. Thank you, Isao. See you tomorrow morning. Wouldn't miss it. I head down the stairs with the feel of her lips on mine, suddenly aware of how much I missed that sensation. I'll have to remember to thank Rin for getting us to talk to one another. Although it's possible she won't even realize what she's done, still, if not for her, I doubt I'd ever been able to confront Amy again. I guess I need more help than I realized. Tomorrow, however, I need to stand alone through whatever Emi is trying to work herself up to doing. I'll be up to the task. I hope. And the next day comes, and we will stop here, unfortunately. We did only 2 hours and 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but we will do a little more next time, maybe. This feels like a nice moment to stop. Since next stream we probably get the trauma dump from her. For now, let's save. And we are ready to go next time. Okay. Let's see if we have enough raid power. Okay. So, we are continuing next week as always. I'm very sad that I'm only doing this once a week, but again, I should maybe start doing another game together with this one in another day of the an extra stream in the week. I don't know. I need to see because I really want to stream, but I need also to do a lot of other things. Thanks, Lina. All you want. Do I get to watch you too then? No. Dang it! Maybe she enjoys it. I don't know. Okay. We are raiding. We see. We are maybe going to new. Okay. And that's everything for today. Thanks a lot for coming by. And we'll see ya whenever it happens.